What is happening, folks? We are live. Football is here. Welcome to Platform 246. I am your man, Lawrence. Thank you so much for coming in. We're here with my son, Trey, or 3. You see the signs. How you doing, son?
I'm great. How's everybody doing?
Hopefully everybody's having a good night tonight. Thank you so much for coming in with us. Again, welcome to Platform 246. Hit that like button if you are new. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you're not, welcome back. Good to be with you. We are back with our annual. It's officially annual. Our annual week 1 NFL picks. We do it every week. So we're going to be covering the games. We will be live streaming tomorrow during the 49ers game because that's the only game that matters. Although we do have respect for all of you. But yes, we will be live streaming then. Also, we're going to be giving you picks every week. Generally, we're going to try to do that on a Saturday for you, such as today. And then look out for every Tuesday. That's Niner Tuesday. Right here on Platform 246, we also should be having our NFL fantasy results as well. So thank you so much to everybody for coming in. I want to get right into it, son. Are you ready for football?
I'm ready for football.
I'm ready for football too, folks. So we're going to get right into our picks. We got 15 games. It's week 1. As you know, obviously week 1, everybody gets a chance to play. Nobody's missing out. Nobody's on bye week, any of that crap. We may have my baby son, Damien, come in. I'm not sure if we will. If not, we may also have another video up soon with picks there. I'm going to keep those same picks unless I just decide to change my mind. Sunday, you have a good day. Are you ready to take this L?
I think along with updating fantasy, I'm going to make a graphic that shows our picks and our results and update that every Tuesday as well.
We'll be looking for that. And thank you for that, son. I like that. So, yes, we try to give you as much content here on Platform 246 as possible. So, look out for our NFL picks every week. Also, look out for our fantasy picks and results every week as well. And then we're going to be live streaming every single game this season. So, right now, we had a comment earlier from W. Danny God. He said that he was first in the building. Thank you so much for coming in. And early this morning, dropping that comment in before we even got started. So thank you to you. Hopefully you get a chance to see the video. Everybody like and subscribe. Share the video so we get a chance to, see how well we did on our picks. So, son, first game. The NFL is back. We know what the most special, most important game is. There's really no question about that. But we have a full slate. We saw what happened. What did you think about that Buffalo Rams game, by the way?
I predicted that would happen. I said earlier on Thursday that the Bills were going to come in there and walk all over the Rams, and they did. So I'm not very surprised. I think the Bills look good, but usually week 1, like the announcer said, is an overestimation. I don't think the Bills are overrated right now, but I don't know. Maybe the Rams clean things up, or they continue to go downhill after their Super Bowl win.
I believe that you are right. I think that the Rams really right now are, like you said, the Bills. I don't think they're overrated. I think that they are that fucking good. But I think that the Rams, son, you could say maybe are underrated or something like that. Or like you said, everybody's going to overreact right now, especially after week 1. That's what they call it. That's what Monday is going to be for 15 teams and maybe more, even some of the winning teams. It's called Overreaction Monday. And that's coming up for sure after week 1. So I don't think that the Rams are that bad. I think Stafford locked in on 10 all night long, and it's been going around for the last 2 days all over Twitter. And follow us on Twitter at BamBamLLD. Get all of our videos. Make sure you're here for our lives. But it's been going all around on Twitter for the whole last 2 days, all the different video reels of him just locked in on number 10. And that's the big sign of Allen Robinson looking like it doesn't matter at all. So, like you said, either they had that Super Bowl hangover or they clean things up. We will see. But they got their asses beat, and we're happy about that here at Platform 246. Not a gang of don't bang. So, next game up. First game to pick. Son, I want you to go ahead first. I have a battle of the NFC South. I have the New Orleans Saints traveling to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Marcus Mariota going one-on-one and his 11 against Jameis Winston and his 11. Who you got?
The Saints. I think the Falcons are one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Probably worse than the Lions and the Jaguars. So I got the Saints winning. I don't see the Falcons winning more than 3 games this year.
All right, so you don't have the Falcons men winning more than 3 games this year. That would be tough. I think even though it is a road game and the way just what you started off with, the Falcons might be one of, if not the worst team in football this year, worse than the Jags, worse than the Jets. And I think that Jameis and the boys go into there. And as long as Jameis Winston doesn't throw the ball all over the yard to somebody not wearing his jersey, I think they can get a pretty easy win. So I'm going to go with the Saints as well. I'm not trying to jock you, but I think that's definitely a good pick, a good safe pick. It's a division game, 2 division rivals. They know each other. Only person that really doesn't know everybody is Marcus Mariota, the quarterback for the Falcons. So this could get ugly, even though it's going to be his home opener. So we got Saints there for both of us. Next game. This game right here, son, has been a game with a lot of talk, especially with what's his name? Skip and Shannon in the morning. Skip Bayless is a big fan of Baker Mayfield, believe it or not, for whatever reason. And he pushes that on Shannon every day. And Shannon hates him some Baker Mayfield, and it's funny. So they've been going back and forth about Baker going up against his former team, the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland going to Carolina, the home of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is a Panthers fan. I don't know why. But are you a fan of the Panthers or the Browns in this game, son?
I'm going to say the Panthers on this one. The Browns haven't won a week 1 game since 2004. They are traveling to Carolina, and I do think Baker will play with the chip on his shoulder. I don't think it's going to make him like significantly better, but I do think he'll play with a chip on his shoulder. And the Browns, who's their quarterback? I know it's not Deshaun Watson, so
it's Jacoby Brissett. There you go, Jacoby Brissett, formerly of the Indianapolis Colts, and I think the Patriots. And you took my take there, son. I can't. Bravo, actually, because that's literally exactly what I was going to say. I can't even lie. I was going to say that I think Carolina probably does pull this off. It's a home game. If their running back stays healthy for the entire game, I think they have a shot. I think Baker does play with a chip on his shoulder, but I don't think that makes him make the team win the game. You understand what I'm saying? I think he just plays, decent ball, and the team plays well around him in a home game. And then there's Jacoby Brissett, quarterback in the Browns. So, unless Nick Chubb goes off, I think that they could be in for a long day. So we both have Carolina, and you're all right. That was a great pull, too. Great comment. The Browns, I saw that this week somewhere. The Browns haven't won an opening week game in forever. And this, I don't think, should be any different. All right. We're still on our 10 o'clock slate, but we're on the game of the fucking week. We're on the game, son. You already know what it is. 49ers at Bears. 49ers have already taken over Chicago. Look on Twitter. It may be on YouTube, too. They've taken it over. I watched the videos. They're at all your little Chicago pubs. They done found Jussie Smollett, all that. They found everybody out there in Chicago that we don't like, and they're running through their asses right now. And we plan to do that tomorrow with the team. So, son, who do you have in the game?
I got the Niners winning this one.
Bosa.
I think the Bears are good enough at any level to compete with the talent on this team. So, yeah, Niners on this one.
Niner gang. Yes, the Bears do not have the talent, really, I don't think, at any level, at any position, or overall position to position, despite what Instagram said this week. Position by position, I think that we are just more talented than them. They have a rookie head coach and a rookie coaching staff. And really a player who's not as good at quarterback as I believe our quarterback is, and who's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder against our defense. And I don't think that's going to be a good thing for him. I got the Niners winning this game comfortably. We start the season 1-0, and then first place in the division, the NFC West. Niner ganger don't bang. You know what it is.
Especially because I do believe the Niners will be the only. We'll get into it later. But okay.
You want to get it? You got something? Let it know. What is it?
I think the Niners will be the only NFC West team to win the week 1.
I got you. Yeah, we were going to get into it. We're on the same page, son. Yep. So let's get back into our picks then. Next game, 1:00 slate. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another game, AFC North, traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow and Mitch Trubisky battle it out.
Yeah, the Bengals are going to probably beat them down. Yeah, I think especially after coming off their Super Bowl loss, they're going to be playing hard in this opening week, probably all season long. And I don't think that defense is just ready for Jamar Chase, Burrow, Mixon, and Mitch Trubisky is nothing. Basically, he's garbage.
He's Mitch Trubisky. Yeah. So far, we are on the same track. I cannot see any way possible that on the road in week 1, Mitch Trubisky takes the Steelers into Cincinnati with all those weapons and ends up defeating the Bengals. So I think young Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and all them young cats out there in Cincinnati, shout out to John Moxley. I think they take the W easily tomorrow, probably. Like you said, this could end up being a blowout game here. They've had all month to get ready for it. And despite Coach Mike Tomlin giving the Steelers black Air Force Ones, whatever that really does mean in real life, and I'm black and I don't know what the fuck it means. I think it's just some hard, you're hard, I guess. But they're just black Air Force Ones to me. But apparently Mike Tomlin gave all the players some black Air Force Ones on Twitter and Instagram. A nice viral moment. And they're going to probably run into another viral moment getting their ass beat in those black shoes tomorrow. So, next game that's getting a little bit of hype too, son. And it's because both teams are probably getting more hype than they deserve. That's the Philadelphia Eagles going into Detroit, another team that I think is having trouble winning games to open the season. I'm not positive. 1 p.m. start, Philadelphia at Detroit. Who do you got? There's no what is it called? Division rivalry there. Most of the games have been division games so far, ours as well, but no division rivalry. NFC East against the NFC North.
This one's a hard one, but I'm just gonna go with the safe answer and say the Eagles on this one. I do think the Lions have been struggling to win week 1 games, and the talent is developing, but it's just not really there yet. And their quarterback is still Jared Goff, and Jared Goff will be Jared Goff. So, yeah, I think they're it might be a close game, but the Eagles will win this one.
That's a good call there. The Eagles are getting a lot of hype this season as far as being a playoff team. Jalen Hurts is getting a lot of hype this season overall. I believe that some people have them winning the NFC, being ranked first in the NFC in the entire division over the Niners. And even if I don't be a homer, over the Bucks. But I think, again, hard to disagree with you, son. You have the Eagles coming into the house because, one, it's Jared Goff's house. And two, they're still the Lions as a whole team. And that's why they were on hard knocks this year. Remember, the Lions were the hard knocks team for a reason. So I think Philly does come in. It could be a close game too, or Philly could come in there and put it on them. They do have more talent than the Lions, and I think I think he's overrated. A better quarterback than even Jared Goff, or at least a better overall player than Jared Goff. I don't know if he's much better of a quarterback than Jared, but he's faster than him. So there's that. All right, so we both got the Eagles win that game. We're 5 for 5, I think. 6 for 6. Well, we both knew Buffalo was winning. So, yeah, we're about 6 for 6 right now, son. Let's see how far we keep this going. Next game, we're still 1 o'clock. Another interesting game. This is a division game. This is the AFC South. We have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Houston, the former home of Deshaun Watson. What's happening? Niner by nature? Do what he said, please. Debo that like button. Share the video around. Making our picks so far right now. So we have Indy traveling to Houston. We have kids outside my window. Everybody's having a good Saturday night. Who you got, son? Thank you, Niner. Debo that like button, please.
Jonathan Taylor and Indianapolis Colts. Yeah. I don't really know so much about their receiving core, but I mean, when you have Jonathan Taylor against a sorry team like the Texans, I think he's going to just run all over them. So that should be interesting to watch.
I think it will be interesting, especially for fantasy owners everywhere, because Jonathan Taylor is a beast in that shit. Believe me. But this year, I believe you have him. Is that correct?
I do.
Well, I think that he and also his quarterback, Matt Ryan, coming in to be a little bit of a difference maker, hopefully, for the Colts this year. Get it done in Texas. Really, really easy. Everybody in Texas loses. Now, I think that Indianapolis runs into there and runs away with that game. Niner by nature has the Eagles winning that game. The Eagles, for some reason, they get a lot of credit. We're gonna see how good they do this year. And always appreciate you coming in, Niner by nature. Thank you so much. We are making our official picks, our second annual picks for the NFL season, and we are now moving on to a game. Again, most teams open up with the division. This is a divisional game in the AFC East, a division that is just weird for me. It always has been. It is the New England Patriots traveling to little Mike McDaniel's home in Florida against the Miami Dolphins. Who you got in this game, son? Anybody in the comments? Who you got in the game as well? Patriots against the Dolphins.
This was another tough one for me. I think both of these teams, I know they just got Tyreek Hill, but I think both of these teams, I think the Miami Dolphins might be a little better. So I'm going to say the Dolphins win this one. But it's still Tua. It could be real bad if Tua comes out and turns the ball over. But if he can, like Jameis Winston, keep the ball within his own colors, I think they win pretty comfortably here.
That is a good explanation there. I think this is a tough game. First of all, we got Niner by nature picking the Dolphins. Thank you. And I think I'm going to go. I think this might be the first time I go against you, so I'm going to go against both of you. I'm going to pick New England. I think he'll have Mac Jones and his defense, more importantly, ready. And it's really what you said. It's still Tua. And
are they in Florida?
They are in Florida. This is in Miami. So yeah, I think with the pressure of all that, actually, I think Mike McDaniel under pressure, little short Chucky doll, he's going to be under a lot of pressure with his home opener. Tua is going to be trying to force the ball to Tyreek Hill all game long, and I think that Belichick is probably ready for that. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think that the Dolphins come in here and get a win on the road. Excuse me, the Patriots come in and get a win on the road. So we'll see. The next game. Now, this game could be ugly. The situation around these teams is ugly, that's for sure, especially their quarterbacks. So we got the Baltimore Ravens going to New York to face off with the Jets. There is no Zach Wilson. The only Zach I'll be able to see tomorrow is Zach Morris on Saved by the Bell, apparently. And Baltimore Ravens, they have a major problem because they haven't signed their quarterback. He's going to the last year of his contract. Niner by Nature is quick with that one. And I think we're going to be probably looking the same way. Who do you got, son? Baltimore Ravens going into the Joe Flacco-led New York Jets.
This is a pretty obvious one. I mean, it's the Ravens against the Jets. The Jets may be better than they were last season, but again, they don't have their first round quarterback. And I mean, the Ravens, although they didn't re-sign him, they still have Lamar. So it's Ravens on this one. It's pretty easy one.
I think the Ravens forget how to lose or don't remember how to lose, at least not yet this week, because they were undefeated in the preseason. And then they keep that rolling right into the New Jersey. Mr. Zach Wilson is out of the game. Their all-world quarterback, their franchise quarterback, yes. And despite the fact that the Ravens have fucked Lamar Jackson and did not pay him the money that they really rightfully should, they still have him to play. And I think that he's going to come into their game tomorrow specifically looking to show them why they need to sign him quick. So, yeah, I think that the Ravens actually put it on them real bad tomorrow. That could be even though it's one of the worst games. There you go. When the road team comes into somebody's house and destroys them outside of our game. So, another game, last 1 p.m. game. We got early games galore. It's like fucking 12 games. What is this? 10 games in the morning. So get your NFL Sunday tickets and all your shit. So, but make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you can watch football with us, talk about everything that's going on throughout the morning with the first 10 sets of games and shit. Because we got a few later on in the afternoon, and the last, again, 1 o'clock game. Strange game. The Jaguars go to Washington to face the Commanders. Trevor Lawrence against, I don't know who the hell the quarterback is right now for the Commanders, actually. Does anybody know that in the chat, in the comments, son? Do you know?
Carson Wentz.
Sorry. Yep.
This one is, I feel like this one can go either way, honestly. 2 not so great teams. Where is it? Is it in Washington?
It is.
I think that might be the difference maker, it being in Washington. So I'm gonna say the Commanders on this one, just because they're at home. And yeah, if it was in Florida, I would have went to Jags. But them being at home, new quarterback, I think Carson Wentz is a lot better than whoever they had last year. And then they still have Terry McLaurin, getting a defense that's getting better, especially that D-line. D-line's pretty good. So I'm going to say, yeah, Commanders on this one at home.
I have to agree with you. It is a home game, and I think that makes the difference, honestly. And by the way, Niner by Nature, he has the Jags coming in on the road, stealing a win in Washington. Shout out to you for that game. I got to go Commanders. I think Carson Wentz is better than whoever they had last year. They do still have Terry. They're going to try to probably run the ball early and often. I don't know how great their running game is, but I expect them to not try to make him look like Patrick Mahomes. So they run the ball.
They'll have Patrick Etienne back, who tore his ACL last season before the season even started. He was with with Trevor Lawrence. Yes, Jags. He was with Trevor Lawrence at Clemson. They both got drafted, and they both went to the Jags. I think in the first round. They both went in the first round together.
Both in the first round. They traded back up until the end. You got it.
And then Travis Etienne tore his ACL, so he's technically still a rookie because he tore his ACL at the beginning of the season. So rookie running back. And then Trevor Lawrence, who was tied for most picks last season. Yeah.
That is true. With old Matilda out there in Inglewood. So, yeah, great call. I think that all that leads to Washington pulling out with a dub tomorrow. Commanders start the season 1-0. Carson Wentz thinks he has a friend, and then he eventually finds out that he doesn't. All right. So
I don't see him running on that D-line. Not well, at least. He probably won't run well on that D-line.
Not a rookie running back. No, I don't think so either. 100%. So we have Kansas City on the road in hot-ass discussing Arizona. Hopefully, Man, that sucks. So one of our teams had to go up against Buffalo. The other one goes up against Kansas City. Who you got in this game?
Like I said earlier, I don't think any other NFC West team wins this week. So I'm gonna say the Chiefs. They did lose Patrick Mahomes, not Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill replaced him with Juju. Uh, but I mean, still they got Travis Kelsey, and they don't have Tyrann Matthew anymore. But then again, the Cardinals don't have their number one receiver suspended for I think 7 weeks. So
Yep.
I think they're gonna be struggling, and then yeah, I think they're gonna struggle all game long against the Chiefs, against Patrick Mahomes. They'll win this one, Chiefs. Probably by a lot, too.
Cardinals start out 0-1. 0-1 at home. On top of that, damn,
Just like
sucks
the
to be
Rams.
you. Yeah, just like the Rams. 0-1 and 0-1 in your house. Damn, man, this is it's tough. But yeah, they're gonna get their ass beat. I think that Patrick and that Oreo go into Arizona and put the beat down on them. They also went heavy on defense in the draft. They're starting a gang of rookies or playing them supposedly on defense. Their defense is supposed to be improved, even though they don't have Tyrann Matthew, like you said. I think that the Chiefs give Kyler a bad day with his little self.
And
So
I think
we
that
have
will actually affect their deep. I don't think the Chiefs' defense will be as good this year as they might have been in maybe recent years. I don't think the Chiefs will be as good of a team this year as they might have been in recent years. But yeah, they're still in this one.
there's a lot of that going around some of the league. I think that people think that the Raiders might have a chance to get them in their own division. The Broncos, they're not going to be better than the Bills, most people think. I think you're right. I think that they do take a step back this year, and I'm hoping for that because we play them. So next game on the slate, a game again, AFC West. We got the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, traveling. Let's go. What's going on, Kimberly? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. Hit that like button, please. Share the video on your Facebooks. Share the video on your Twitter. Let other people know that we're out here talking about sports and football and all those great things. And the Raiders and the Chargers. The Raiders traveling from Vegas right now in a 45-minute flight out there to L.A. to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Derek Carr against that big boy. I always forget his name. Who you got?
I think this might be one of the most interesting, most entertaining games of the week. Whenever these two teams play, it usually is. And again, it's really tough. I don't even know on this one. I want to say Raiders, but they're at home. Chargers are at home. Yeah, I'm going to say Raiders. I think their team is just a little bit better. Um, New addition, Hunter Renfro, and of course Devontae Adams, and then that tight end that just re-signed with the Raiders. Yeah, I think the Raiders are going to win this one, and Chandler Jones along with Max Crosby on the defense. Yeah, but I do think this will be a very entertaining game.
I think it will be an entertaining game also. Justin Herbert has his own weapons, of course, but now we know Derek Carr, who can play. It may not be Trey Lance, but Derek Carr can play, and he has, as you said, Hunter Renfro. He just got the big signing in Devontae Adams, his best friend to the end. And then they have Darren Waller, the tight end, who is the third best tight end in the league right now, no matter what anybody else says. And then they have, yes, Chandler Jones on the defense. I forgot about that. And, of course, Max Crosby.
Maybe even the fourth.
Maybe even the fourth. Who? Guy from Baltimore?
Yeah, Mark Andrews.
Mark
He
Andrews.
might be
better. You might be right. So, yes. But we have a lot of weapons for the Chargers and a lot of weapons for the Raiders. And then, of course, we got Khalil Mack and Bosa. So that's my thing. I think that the Raiders actually do go in and pull off the win simply because they do have Khalil Mack and Bosa on the Chargers. But I think that the defense is going to be possibly a step behind right now. Just getting used to each other. So Khalil Mack and Bosa, hopefully they going based just on my picks because I couldn't give less of a fuck about the Raiders, even though I live in Las Vegas. But I think they maybe cancel each other out. I don't know. Or they try to get the ball out of Derek Carr's hands fast. That would be the best thing that they could do. But I got the Raiders. I think the Raiders will pull that off. I'm going to go with the Raiders.
I'm pretty sure Khalil Mack and Bosa are both left outside linebackers, but yeah, I don't know what's up with that and why they moved Bosa's position to left outside linebacker. He was in coverage sometimes last season, which was weird.
Yeah. He's not a always hand in the dirt. Now it says the Chargers are going to roll. We will see. We will see. Bosa is not a hand in the dirt all-time player. You're right. He does go on the covers and things like that too. So we'll see how it works. Yeah. They do have Darwin James in that defense too. They got an excellent secondary. Both cornerbacks are great. So we'll see.
I mean, there's a lot of weapons on offense and defense for both of these teams. So I think it'll be really interesting.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. So a game that's going to suck is the next game of the week on Fox. The second game, 4:25. We have the Cheese Sticks. We have Nicolas Cage and the Wisconsin team going into Minnesota against the Vikings. Green Bay against Minnesota. Who you got? Aaron Rodgers cut his hair, by the way.
See, this is another game where I think the Vikings, they're going into Minnesota or into Green Bay?
Into Minnesota.
Yeah, especially in Minnesota. I think this is a game that honestly could go either way. Packers receiving core losing Devontae Adams, it's not very good. And we've seen the footage. Aaron Rodgers is not too happy with his receiving core right now. They're not on the same page. And I don't know. I think the Packers could struggle week one like they did last season. I think they got blown out by Jameis Winston and the Saints. But it's still the Vikings, so I'm gonna say Green Bay wins by a little, probably. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings do somehow pull this out.
And that's where I'm going to go. I don't think Nine by Nature says Vikings roll. Justin Jefferson gets his gritty on all day long. Vikings. Michael Irvin has chosen. Michael Irvin is a goddamn idiot, but he's chosen Kirk Cousins as a potential MVP candidate this year. So he won't be that, but he does have a lot of weapons. They are
he chose him to win MVP, didn't he? That was his MVP pick. Kirk Cousins for some reason.
Cousins. Yeah. They have Dalvin Cook. They have Thielen. They have Justin Jefferson, and they have it at home. So I think that's going to be enough week one. And the Packers, Brett Favre Jr. trying to find out his best receiver still in week one. Yes, literally, Michael Irvin said Cousins will be the MVP this year, Niner. That's literally what he said on national television. So that won't happen, but I think they got a chance to win this game just because it's at home. I think they won't win by anything good or look great at all, but I think they just pull out the game because Aaron's still trying to find out who he can put a ball to, and that's going to be a struggle for him, I think. All right,
their last game that they played, they did struggle. They only put up 10 points in their home stadium. Yeah. So, and then losing their star receiver. Yeah, they'll probably struggle a lot, but
we're going to see.
We'll see.
They're playing a much better defense that day, though, than the Vikings defense, but touche. We'll see about it. Another game that just feels weird to me. We're getting close to the end here. We got the New York Giants traveling to Tennessee to get some of that barbecue, some of that country music. The Giants moving to the Tennessee Titans. Who you got there? Folks, let us know in the comments who you got, Giants versus the Titans.
The Titans, I believe, will struggle a lot this year. Even with Derrick Henry, I think they'll struggle a lot this year. Maybe not a lot, but they will struggle, especially probably at the beginning of the season. They definitely won't be winning the AFC again. But yeah, I still do have the Titans. I mean, the Giants are still the Giants. I don't know if you saw that clip of Daniel Jones, but it was in practice. He dropped back and he threw it, and it was right to a cornerback. But then the cornerback dropped it. So
No.
that just sums up the Giants. There was nobody in the area. There was just a white jersey. Only that cornerback was in the area. There was nobody else within 5 yards, and the corner dropped it. So that pretty much sums up the Giants. And I think Derrick Henry's gonna probably he's one run for comeback player of the year if he can get
Yep.
it. I don't know if he can, but
I
yeah,
think he can.
I think he's gonna have
He's eligible.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then I think he'll be trying for that, and I think they'll be trying to get him the ball a lot too.
Derrick Henry goes for 130 to 140, and that was very well summed up as far as what the Giants are and what they've been for a very, very long time. Really, since Eli was winning Super Bowls and they had that damn defense, just horrendous. That just doesn't even make any sense. But it does make sense because they're the Giants, and the Titans cornerbacks won't drop that pick. So yeah, Titans
Neither were those safeties
or their safeties. Yeah, Titans roll, and I think they have a really good safeties. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we're getting to the last two games. Thank you so much for watching with us, folks, for hanging out with us. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure that you're here with us. Turn on your notifications so that you get a chance to be live. We will be live tomorrow morning during the 49ers game where we beat their ass. Niner Ganger don't bang. Okay, so we will be live. Make sure you're here with us, watching football. Have a good Sunday. And the end Sunday night on the road, different from last year. I actually watched last year's game, which I believe also was a Sunday night game, or it could have been a Monday night game, but it was Dallas and Tampa. I watched that from Olive Garden, waiting tables. It was pretty cool. They actually let us watch the game, and people was chanting and cheering and shit, and people were betting on it and in the fucking at the bar. It was pretty weird, but it was kind of tight. So we have Tampa Tom traveling to Dallas to face off against Dak and all of them. Yeah, all of them. So who you got?
It's crazy. These teams are playing each other in week 1 for the second straight year, but Tampa wins. Dak is just Dak. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott isn't what people thought he might be. Dak is Dak. They lost Amari Cooper. They lost Randy Gregory, and I think Tom again. He's probably trying to go for another Super Bowl. He probably wants another one before he leaves. So, yeah. I think Tampa does have a pretty good offensive line. They have Ryan Jensen, I think, who's a pretty good center, and I think that third-year player, I forgot his name, but Tristan Wirfs on the end, right tackle. So I think it's enough to hold out the D line of the Cowboys, Parsons and Lawrence. That's it, though.
I have to agree with that. I think they did. Okay, so maybe they just lost their center. Everybody says they just lost their center.
Well,
But I think they do have enough, though. That's a good call. Thank you, Not by Nature, for that. I did not know that. But I think that they have enough still, even with Parsons. I think he regresses this year. He's an excellent player, but I just think that people are going to find him out, and they're going to be looking for him every game. So I think that Parsons takes a little step back this year. I think Diggs takes a step back. I think that defense gets actually worse than it was last season to me. And, of course, I think Dak is Dak. I think Zeke is Zeke. Even though he came from OH, Ohio State, I have no respect for him now because of where he plays today. So I have Tampa Tom coming into Dallas tomorrow, getting a win. I think they can get them at least by a good touchdown tomorrow, actually. I think it's going to be a good
Mike
game.
Evans is going to probably bully Diggs, other Diggs. Trayvon
Whatever.
Diggs.
Right.
He's not a good corner. He just got a lot of picks last year. But if you watch him, he's not a very good coverage cornerback. So I think, 13 is going to bully him, and Tom is going to be looking his way a lot.
I can disagree. I think Mike Evans does have a big game tomorrow, and I agree that whatever that Diggs name is, he's not as great of a cornerback as he seems to be by the amount of interceptions that he had. I think he was just lucky, and he can catch the ball. So, final game of the night. And again, thank you to everybody who's coming, especially you, None by Nature, hanging out with us. Thank you, homie. I really appreciate that. Salute to you. Everybody, make sure you're subscribed, notifications on, so you can be live with us tomorrow for the Niners game. Niners-Bears, 10 a.m., 5 minutes before the game. Be looking for us here on YouTube. And then we have Monday Night Football, close out the first week. Football is back, and we're so glad that it is, and we're glad to be here with all of you. Final game of the night of the week, week 1. Sierra's husband and the Denver Broncos travel to Seattle, rainy, shitty Seattle, and they face up against the Sea Chickens. Who do you got?
So this game is also in Seattle. So the Niners are the only ones going on the road, and everybody else is going to lose at home.
That is correct.
Yeah. Well, the Seahawks, they're a bad team now. I mean, they were a bad team last year, but that was with Russell Wilson. So without him, I think they're going to be horrible this year. I think they and the Falcons might be contenders for the worst team in the NFL this year. So I think Denver comes in. Russell Wilson gives the beat down to his old team and Pete Carroll, and that Seattle defense just won't know what to do about it. So, yep.
All right. I couldn't agree with you more, son. First of all, real quick, what's up to Colts Cowboys? Saw your stream earlier today. Excellent video. Thank you for coming in. Excellent Cowboys content creator. We have you taking the L to Tom. So good luck to you. But sincerely appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming in. And then Celts Chronicles. What's happening, man? Thank you so much for coming in. 9 Seconds dropped a vid with 5 of us on picks. You got Buffalo, San Francisco, of course. Atlanta. Okay, you got Atlanta. We got New Orleans there. Detroit, Cincinnati, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Denver, Tampa Bay, Miami, Carolina, Indianapolis, San Diego, Arizona, and Tennessee. Excellent pick, sir. And thanks for dropping that in. Sincerely appreciate that. Check out Celts Chronicles. Excellent 49ers content creator. Nine by Nature saying Celts Chronicles fire. Yeah, well, I mean, yes, you never know. Any given Sunday, right? That's the movie, and that's the real saying. Any given Sunday. It was a great movie with Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J. If you love football movies, check it out. If you haven't seen it, that means you, son, because you haven't. So, yeah, Coach Cowboy said he's taking Brady back to retirement. Y'all are you. We gonna see. It's a good possibility. And Corey Davis says hello, platform. Everybody, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate the like button. If you are new, we appreciate you coming through. If not, welcome as always. And my pick, son, for that game, I think that Denver and Sierra's husband go in there really and put it on them. You said that they could be in contention for the worst team in the league with Atlanta this year, and I really believe that. They were bad last year, like you said, with Russ. They didn't let him cook. They trusted in Russ, all that shit, and it didn't work. And now that he's gone, and who's their quarterback?
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith. Wow. Yeah. So on the road, they should get blown out by Russell and those wide receivers that he has down there. They have a pretty decent running back, Williams, too. They have a great defense in Denver. And then also, again, like you said, all of our teams get to open with a home game in our division, except for us. But we're going to be 1-0 with everybody else 0-1 at the end of it. How is that? Why do we have to open on the road?
We got 9 home games this year, so
all right. Yeah. Good point. That's good enough for me. 9 home games and then a game in Mexico. So at least that's for the Niners. For everybody else, for your teams, good luck this year. Thank you to everybody who's come through the stream, all the 49ers content creators, 49ers fans, and just football fans in general. Football is back. It's tomorrow. It was really just Thursday, but that game wasn't too good because one of those teams sucks. So hopefully tomorrow, the football that we all get to see is much more competitive, much better. That 10 o'clock game, it won't be, but the rest, hopefully they are. Son, any final words? Thank
Just
you,
a
man.
reminder, I will be updating every Tuesday, fantasy football, and I believe I will be making a graphic to keep track of our wins and losses in terms of picks all year long. So yeah, we'll go 0-1 or 1-0 based off who wins, who loses. So
I look forward to it. Hopefully y'all do too. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, today. Thank you, especially to Niner by Nature, hanging out with us the whole time. Kels Chronicles, Cole, Cowboys, Corey Davis, everybody that's come through today. W. Danny God, Platform 246, you were in. Thank you so much to everybody. Y'all have a good weekend. Football tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel again. Notifications on. We're going to be live during the game, live streaming the whole game tomorrow. And then look for us at halftime, too. Thank y'all so much for watching. Niner gang, y'all be safe.